Coming up, the FTC men's basketball team is back in the playoffs.
And we caught up with star player Damani Merritt to find out what milestone he wants to tackle next. The FTC Sound Check starts now. Hello, and welcome to the special edition of the HVIAC FTC Sound Check. I'm Kate Miller.
And I'm McLaughlin. Let's get ready for tip-off. A big weekend is ahead for Five Towns College as we host the HVIAC basketball tournament. 5 games scheduled over 2 days, and at the end of it, we'll know who the HVIAC champions are for the season. The Five Towns College men's basketball team is officially back in the playoffs. The Sound finished this year as the 3rd seed in the conference with a record of 4-2, just falling short behind Berkeley and Villa Maria. Five Towns College will take on Villa Maria this Saturday at 5 p.m. here at the Sound Arena. The winner will advance to the finals and play the winner of the Berkeley Knights and SUNY ESF game, which will start tomorrow at 3. Come cheer on the Sound.
As Five Towns College gets ready to host the HVIAC tournament this weekend, many students and fans are excited to see a fun matchup of basketball being played. FTC Athletic Director Matt Guercio is happy to be back hosting the tournament here.
So it's obviously the 3rd time in 4 years that we're hosting the conference championship here. We're very grateful that the Hudson Valley Intercollegiate Athletic Conference allows us to host. I feel personally that it separates us just because of the production that Comm and WFTU do with the services that they provide, sets us apart from the event itself, just because I don't think any other school in the conference can do what we do here. So it's very special.
As we look forward to tomorrow's matchups, let's take a look at the other teams competing as well in this HVIAC championship tournament. The first-seeded 7-0 Berkeley Knights are led by star player Mark Combs, who leads the conference in three-point percentage and is second in points per game at 18. Berkeley has also won the last 7 championships in a row. They'll be taking on the 4th-seeded SUNY ESF. They've won 3 and lost 3.
As Berkeley heads into the tournament as favorites, one team that muddies the waters for the Knights is first-year competitors Villa Maria. As the 2nd seed with a record of 6-1, Villa Maria is led by star player Master Radford. Radford leads the conference in field goal percentages at 66.7 and is 3rd in rebounds per game at 8. Villa Maria is set to take on the Sound this weekend. Villa Maria and Five Towns played each other last weekend, and Villa Maria won by a score of 94-80.
As we highlight both of the top 2 seeds in the HVIAC tournament, we must not forget our very own Five Towns Sound. In a season full of ups and downs, the Sounds still find themselves battling for a shot at hoisting the HVIAC championship plaque. The Sound are led by key players. FTC sophomore forward Paul Allen looks to continue his rebounding presence in the tournament. He leads the conference in rebounds per game with 12.5. Freshman guard Tyler Bond will continue to thread the needle as he leads the league in assists per game at 6.8. And the Spider himself, senior forward Robert Williams, will continue to have sticky hands as he leads the conference in blocks per game. At the front of it all is senior guard Damani Merritt, a wizard of the mid-range game. He leads the conference in points per game at 22.7 and will look to score many more against Villa Maria tomorrow.
Speaking of Damani Merritt, going into his final regular season game, he hit the career milestone of 1,000 career points. He sat down with James Miller for an exclusive interview about his basketball journey and his outlook going into his final tournament run as a senior.
Merritt, the shot is up, and it's good! There
He did it!
In his
Five-town senior Damani Merritt got his 1,000th college point in last weekend's game against Villa Maria, and then kept on scoring to drop a total of 28 points in that game. He's just the 2nd FTC player in history to hit that mark of 1,000 points, after Kyrie Sawyer did it in 2019. But it wasn't always smooth sailing for Merritt, who started at the College of New Rochelle and didn't even make the team.
They had a club team, and then they had a regular team since it was like a huge school. And so for my years there, I played on the club team, and it was really a wake-up call because, the coaches were basically telling me that I wasn't good enough to play on the regular team. And it was definitely a reality check, and it definitely was basically God telling me that I needed to, work on my game and just get better if I really wanted to take this sport serious.
He worked hard And when New Rochelle closed, he came to Five Towns College and made his mark right away.
Damani Merritt, and he's just going to keep taking shots.
Now that he's got his 1,000th point, Merritt has only one goal left in mind.
To just give it all I got, and to win a championship. I want to bring the men's basketball team the first ever championship to Five Towns. And just got to be there on Saturday to see.
Now joining us in the studio is senior star Damani Merritt himself and freshman phenom Tyler Bond. Guys, thank you for joining me today. So first and foremost, Damani, congratulations on scoring 1,000 points.
Thank you.
So how did that feel in the moment when you shot it and scored?
It was an amazing moment. I just was really into the game, but I appreciate all my teammates like this guy right here for giving me the opportunity to be able to do that. So it was a good feeling.
And Tyler, it's your freshman year here at Five Towns. How does it feel being on a new team?
It feels great, actually. I met them before, last year and previous, before I made my decision, so I'm really comfortable with them, and I enjoy playing with them.
And Damani, you're also captain of the team. How does it feel being able to be a leader and coach all the new guys and just bring some energy to the team?
It feels good. Leading a group of guys that I really like. It's kind of easy, and just being there for them for whatever they need, and just being able to connect with them on like certain levels is pretty good. So yeah, it's fun.
And for both of you, it's HVIAC championship weekend. What's your mindset going into it?
My mindset is to focus, play together as a team, play hard on defense, and I think we could beat any team in it that we face.
Just to do whatever it takes mentality. If we got to go out there and grab 10 rebounds, we got to do it. If we got to go, play defense and guard the best players, we got to do it. So, yeah, do whatever it takes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys for being here, and good luck to you in the championships. Aaron, back to you.
Thanks, Kate. Joining me now in the studio for tournament analysis is Sydney Mountain. Not only is Sydney color analyst for our basketball broadcast, but she's also played on the women's team for the last 2 years, including playing on their championship team last season. Thanks for joining us, Sydney. What does Five Towns need to do to beat the Vikings?
For the Sound, I have 3 keys to the game. First, they need to pick up the slack. They need to treat every possession like it's the last, especially on defense. Defensive lapses lead to scoring possessions for the opponent, and those scoring opportunities could be a game changer in the end. Secondly, I'm going to have to tell the Sound to limit their turnovers. Most of the Vikings' points came from fast break layups because they didn't get back on defense and they caused the turnovers. Third, they need to rebound. Once again, a lot of their points came from second chance opportunities. They need to limit those in order to be able to stay in the game and possibly make it a competitive game.
Now, Sydney, who's someone to look out for on Villa Maria?
The Vikings, I'm going to have to go with DeMario James. The Vikings had 43 bench points in the last matchup against the Sound, and DeMario James had 22 of them.
Lastly, Sydney, SUNY ESF versus Berkeley is the other matchup. Who do you have winning? Who do you have advancing to the championship?
It's hard not to say Berkeley. They're on a 7-game championship win. It's hard not to say them, so I'm going to have to go with Berkeley.
Thanks, Sydney, and we look forward to seeing you on the broadcast this weekend. Coming up, stay tuned for our bracket review to see who's playing who, what times tip-offs are happening, and how you can tune in from home.
Welcome back to the special edition HVIAC Weekend Soundcheck. I'm Kate Miller, joined with Aaron McLaughlin. We've talked about the players competing, team comparisons, and even got some in-game analysis. With all that summarized, let's take a look at how the bracket plays out. It is a jam-packed weekend full of tough matchups going into this tournament. Starting tomorrow at 1 p.m., the women's semifinals will play out between the Berkeley Knights and Word of Life. The winner of that match will take on Villa Maria Sunday, February 26th at 1 p.m.
Moving on to the men's bracket, Tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. here in the Sound Arena, the Berkeley Knights will face off against SUNY ESF. The winner of that matchup will advance to the finals. Following that, tomorrow at 5 p.m., you can catch the Sound take on Villa Maria here in the Sound Arena. The winner of that matchup will also advance to play in the finals on Sunday, February 26th at 3:30 p.m. You can catch all those games in the FTC MassComm YouTube live stream or on the record online. Thanks for tuning in to this special edition HVIAC Weekend Sound Check. I'm Maria McLaughlin.
And I'm Kate Miller. Have a good weekend, and remember, go Sound!